KOHLER Company, which is a US company, got involved in this project late 2012 with a request if we could sponsor this project. KOHLER was approached first by John Deere. John Deere is one of our suppliers for engines. And John Deere asked us if we could support this project with a small, call it a port generator. We found out that it's more than a port generator. It concerns also generators for propulsion, and there is of course that backup port generator. So it's a mutual involvement of John Deere and KOHLER Company supporting this, sponsoring this project.
The main challenge is to keep the replica as historical as possible. We have been in contact with KOHLER quite early to define the need, and finally KOHLER has a very good proposal with the right engines, the right quality of genset, and also with a very interesting offer for the association.
They like to cross the ocean on the full sail, that's why they need a crew of 70 people. But of course, from a safety point of view, they also have pods, or call it propellers. That is for maneuvering in and outside ports, but also when they're at sea and they would encounter heavy storms or big waves. Here we are in the heart of the Hermione. This is the engine room. As you can see, there is quite some space available for maintenance. Here you can see a 300 kilowatt generator where we removed the top just to show you how easy the access is to the generator set. On the left you see a 400 kilowatt generator set. Here on my right you see the fuel supply tanks. This is the main storage of the diesel fuel in the boat. And this diesel fuel is transferred to a smaller 2000 liter tank over here, which is what we call a day tank. And from this day tank the fuel is filtrated and goes to an 80 kilowatt generator here on the left, which is used for continuous electrical power support in the boat.
Everything is designed to be as simple as possible. For example, the two main gensets for the engines are completely independent. They can't run together, current are not associated.
And when you are sailing, you don't want to hear engines, you want no generators. That's good. The challenge of any marine installation is that you like also to bring in generators that have a very low sound level, that is important, but also the vibrations that any rotating machine will generate. Of course, we don't want to transfer these vibrations into the ship's hull, because that will irritate people, of course.
And the power is quite big for such a pleasure boat. The main purpose was to have the right genset, to have the good quality of current for the engines. There were quite different challenges. First of all is just to fit, mechanically speaking, the genset, because the structure of the ship was completely built. So we had to install the genset after having building the ship.
One of the elements, for instance, was how do we get the generators inside the engine room when there is a small hatch in the deck, which is a bit too small for the size of the generators that we needed in the end. So yeah, they had to be dismantled and brought down in pieces and assembled again down in the engine room. Now, this particular boat, and that was a bit a strange experience, they have space enough, so talking about small generators was not so relevant. And when I said, well, how about the weight? They said, well, the more weight you can bring in, the better it is, because we need ballast.
The feedback is very simple. If you forgot a genset, that means that everything is working properly.